My name is John Staples, and I want to read to you today a chapter of a new book which is entitled Staples' Fables. This is part of the fourth segment of that book, and it's entitled Christmas in Kernersville. Kernersville is the contraction of the name of our little town in North Carolina, which is Kernersville, North Carolina. So I'm going to begin. Christmas in Kernersville. Not long after the lighting of the Christmas tree in Harmon Park and the lighting of the Moravian Star above the office building of John G. Wolfe and Associates at the Main and Mountain Street intersection, came the annual Chamber of Commerce Christmas Parade on Sunday afternoon. Attended by several thousand people, the parade almost always drew the attention of much of the Kernersville population as well as the Crow's Nest Congress members. It was noisy, colorful, and filled with people throwing candy to children and their parents, to the delight of both. Carrie the Crow and most other members of the CNC didn't understand the significance of the parade or the history behind it, but they enjoyed the floats, the bands, the young people who danced their way through the downtown. "What is this Christmas celebration about?" Carrie said from a treetop overlooking the street in front of Kernersville Elementary School. "And who is this Christ that everyone seems to think so much of?" Roseanne, who had joined the curious crow on the limb of the tree, was anxious to answer the question with a simple, straightforward reply. "Christ is the only begotten Son of God," she said. "He died over 2,000 years ago, but he still remembers as if it was only yesterday." "What did he die of?" asked Carrie. "He died because of man's inhumanity to man," said Roseanne. "He died to save them all from themselves and from each other. He died to save them from their sins." "Did he save them?" asked Carrie. "Not yet," said Roseanne. "Why not yet?" "Because not all of them have gotten the message yet, and even a good many of them who have do not yet understand it." "That seems kind of lame," said Carrie. "Was the message encrypted or something?" "Not really. It was actually very plain and simple. But humans sometimes have a hard time dealing with plain and simple. They keep wanting to make everything more complicated than it is." "Why is that?" asked Carrie. "Because plain and simple does not always serve their purposes." "And what would those purposes be?" asked Carrie. "To look better and to be thought of as better than somebody else whenever possible." "What's the purpose in that?" said Carrie. "To be right and make other people wrong." "Why would anyone want to do that?" Carrie continued. "Because being right and looking good are two of the three basic instincts of human beings," said Roseanne. "What's the third one?" asked Carrie. "Surviving," said Roseanne. Roseanne's answers were all very confusing as far as Carrie was concerned. She wanted to know more about the meaning of Christmas. If the Christmas parade is to celebrate the life of this Christ person, why do most all the bands and floats and cars and trucks have little on them that says so? It looks to me as if everything but the church floats are advertising some kind of business or other," she asked. "That's because the parade is sponsored by the Chamber of Commerce," said Roseanne. "The chamber members help organize the parade and promote it in the local media." "They must do a good job," said Carrie. "It looks as if most people in the community are here to see it." "Oh, the chamber does a lot of things well," said Roseanne. "You should see the crowds that come to the Spring Folly every year. The local civic clubs sell food and soft drinks, and the chamber arranges for some nationally known singers and bands to perform. Besides that, there's often a car show, and craft vendors come from miles around to set up booths to show and sell their wares. Others come to set up rides for children and adults. All in all, it's a great party that lasts all weekend. And of course, we get to help clean up the food that was dropped in Harmon Park in the downtown area. It's a win-win situation for everybody who likes to have a good time." "When does the chamber hold the next spring folly?" Carrie asked. "It's almost always in the beginning of May, when the weather turns warm and people can wear their most comfortable clothes." "Do they dress up to come to the folly?" "Actually, they probably dress down. They wear things like shorts and jeans and t-shirts. It's a regular picnic atmosphere." "Sounds great to me," said Carrie. "Will you remind me when it's time for the next folly to begin?" I don't want to miss it. Sure, said Roseanne. We'll all keep on our birthday suits and have a blast. And that's the end.